Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Bible Study Minute. Today we're taking a look at the book of Ezekiel, and we're starting in chapter 1, verses 1 through 3. And in these verses, we see an introduction to who Ezekiel is. And we find out that he is a contemporary of Jeremiah, and he is a prophet of the Lord who is in Babylon and speaking directly to the exiles who are in Babylon during the exile period. And then we are going to take a look at chapter 36, verse 16 through the end of 37. And what we see here is Ezekiel speaking, and he's speaking the word of the Lord to the exiles and letting them know that even though they are in exile, the Lord has not forgotten about them. Yes, they are in captivity and exile because of their sin and disobedience, but God has not forgotten them. And he makes a promise to restore them. And it is a beautiful promise of restoration. So not only is he going to restore them to the land, but he's going to give them new hearts and new spirit, and he's going to put his own spirit within them. And this is going to allow them to not only dwell in the promised land, but also to live in obedience to the commands that God has given. And then we see the vision of the valley of dry bones, where God raises up a pile of dead bones back to life, and then he breathes into them and gives them new life. And this is a picture of regeneration and what he's going to do in Israel as he restores them back to their land. And it's just a beautiful picture. And then on with that, we see him prophesying about the unification of the two kingdoms. So we saw the kingdom split with David and Solomon after their death, that it split to the kingdom of Judah and the kingdom of Israel. But God is going to unify them once again and bring them back together. And then David is going to be sitting on their throne, which we know that this is a picture pointing us to Jesus Christ. And the beautiful part of all this is that all of this comes as a result of the work of Jesus Christ. He's the one that enables us to be raised to life and to have the newness of life and the newness of spirit and new hearts. And it's like we see in Ephesians chapter 2, verse 1, where we were dead in our trespasses and sin. There was nothing that we could do to be raised to life. But like the dry bones, God raises us up, breathes new life in us. And this is what happens at regeneration. And then at that point, we are then equipped with God's Spirit who dwells in us so that we can live and walk in obedience to God's commands. So that's what I want you to look at today as you look at Ezekiel, and let that be your takeaway. Have it point you to Jesus Christ and the newness of life that he gives us because of his work in life and death on the cross, and then how we can walk in obedience to God because of the newness of life and his spirit that is now dwelling in us. So that's what I have for now. Until next time, grace and peace.